This weekend is the debut of the 49th Super Sentai series and 50th Super Sentai team, number 1 Sentai, Gozyuger. With this being the kickoff to the 50th anniversary year for the franchise, that means we are once again in the vein of Sentai gears from Zenkaiger before them, getting a Legend Sentai-focused toy line and gimmick line for 2025. This time, it's the Sentai rings. Back in 2021, for Zenkaiger, I posted a multi-video series covering all of the Sentai gears we were getting throughout the year in monthly videos that featured the info of where and how every gear was going to be released. I figured with so many rings already announced, let's bring that format back and cover the Gozyuger Sentai rings. First up, we'll start with the very first Sentai ring we ever saw, the Bunbunger Special Edition ring. This ring, first shown off in a Telebukun magazine as an upcoming pack-in item, it was our first look at how Sentai rings would be. This one has a full core team image of the Bunbungers on the ring, and that made many people believe that all Sentai rings would look like this, where you would have part of the core team, you would spin the dial, and then the Red Ranger would be shown. And that is sort of right, but all other Sentai rings are not going to have the full team. It's just some special editions are going to do that. So this one has the other 4 Bunbungers, you turn it, Boon Red is there, and you get the whole Bunbunger team. Sentai rings also have the number of the team that they are a part of the Sentai franchise of on the ring itself. So we have 49 there for Bunbunger, which is going to be weird when we get Zenkaiger, and there's a big 46 on his ring, but up until Lupin Ranger, everybody will be the number that you expect them to be, so that will be fun. Now, we did get our first proper look at how Sentai rings would look when we got to the poster for the show revealed on Christmas Eve. So this poster had, we've seen it before, we have a bunch of rings floating all around them, it's the banner picture on the socials and everything, and that's how we got to see that typical Sentai rings were not going to be the full team kind of pictures. They were going to be pictures of the Reds primarily with Red-related mecha or whatever's. So once the first quarter of toys were properly officially shown off, we got to see a bunch of our rings and how the typical rings would be shown. So kicking off the deluxe toys, we'll go ahead and cover the transformation rings for the Gozyuger themselves. Unlike Sentai gears, which were all the same style for even the main team, that's not quite the case this time. The Gozyuger rings follow after the style of Kamen Rider Wizard's ring gimmick from 2013, where the rings were full helmets, with the core team having a couple ways you could add it to your collection. The main leader of the team, Goju Wolf, comes with the main changer in the form of the deluxe Tega Sword, and is also included in the Gashapon Set 1 lineup. Goju Leon and Goju Tyranno will be released in a deluxe ring set together, and this is the same case for Goju Eagle and Goju Unicorn. Leon will also join Wolf in Gashapon Set 1, and these 2 rings will be what is included in the annual Candy Toy campaign set, in which they will be in a translucent plastic. The 5 Gozyuger team rings can all be gained at once in the Toys R Us Japan exclusive set with the deluxe Tega Sword and Buckle. This set, and the first couple DX ring sets, will be released the same weekend as this video and the show starting is, except for Eagle and Unicorn. All of their toys will be released at the end of March. The core team also have the rings for their mecha combinations, with the Tega Sword Robo. These rings will become the head for all the different forms of the Robo, and will mostly be included with the weapons that are also transformed into the individual mechs. Reds, however, will be the second ring included with the Tega Sword itself, and as of right now, there is no other way that these mecha rings are being released outside of the deluxe mecha. But that brings us back to the main thing that everyone is talking about, the Legend Sentai, or as they're now referred to as Toei as, the Universe Warrior rings, based on past Super Sentai series and teams. Each of these rings includes some sort of image that corresponds to the team, usually the Red Ranger's main mecha, but sometimes it's the Changer or something else that makes you think of that team. And each ring has the Red Ranger on the other side of the picture when the dial is changed. Most of these rings will be released in DX sets of 2 each, the first batch being Kinoger and Bunbunger, featuring God Kuwagata and the Bunbun trailer on their rings respectively. At the end of March, we will get another set with Ryusoulger and Dawn Brothers, which will see Tiramigo on one of them and the Dawn Momotaro altar on the other. The strangest DX release, though, for the rings will be the DX Zyuranger ring. This ring is only included in the combo sets of the DX Tega Sword and Buckle, and Bandai claims that it will not be released any other way, same thing with the Buckle itself. But both combo sets, the regular one and the Toys R Us exclusive one, that include the buckle, have the Zyuranger ring. As always with Bandai gimmicks, there are Gashapon and Candy Toy Sentai ring sets happening, and set 1 for Gashapon will include Goju Wolf and Leon, as mentioned before, alongside Jetman, O-Ranger, Mega Ranger, and Kyoryuger, and this set comes out later on this month. Candy Toy Set 1 includes Battle Fever J, Bioman, Time Ranger, Bokenger, Gozyuger, and Gokaiger. It has Ranger keys on it. Oh, I need it. Ranger keys, Ranger keys. Candy Toy Set 1 will be out in March of 2025, and following it in April 2025 in Candy Toy Set 2, we have Jaka, Denjiman, Geki Ranger, Go-Onger, and another release format for Kinoger and Dawn Brothers if you don't want the deluxe set. The Candy Toy blog has mentioned that these will have the same specifications as the deluxe ring, so there should not be much difference between the kinds of rings as we, sometimes get with these kind of gimmicks. But as of right now, that's all we have officially for Sentai rings so far, since the show is only beginning. But we do already have the Quarter 2 listings for the show, so before we get to the spoilery stuff, let's talk about upcoming sets that will be released around April to June of 2025. The next DX ring sets will be Aba Ranger and Ninja, Sun Vulcan and Zyuohger, Gingaman and Gal Ranger, and finally, Car Ranger and Kira Major. Gimmick storage methods will return for Sentai with some sort of Sentai ring box that will come with an exclusive ring and will be able to hold 15 rings, but it is unknown what this will look like or what the ring will look like at this time. And speaking of packing items, the CD for the Gozyuger theme song will also include a special ring as well. Now finally, let's talk about the upcoming 6th Ranger for the team. So if you don't want to know anything about these upcoming characters, skip to this time code on the screen so you do not get spoiled. Okay, so the 6th Ranger is going to be Goju Polar, based off of a polar bear, and of course he will get a ring to transform in a mecha ring, which we will probably see released in the Gashapon and Candy Toy sets around his debut as well. And there will be another new character known as Ring Hunter Garudo. And while this Ring Hunter has a changer and such of his own, it's unknown if they'll use a ring to transform, but there's a probably pretty safe bet. And that's all we have to talk about here today. So the Sentai rings look to be a very fun gimmick, and in the show they'll be used by the villains to transform into past Sentai leaders, and then the Gozyugers can use them in combination with their own suits to also use older powers. The mystery of the rings in terms of where they come from in the story and all that they can do has yet to be revealed. But we did see a bunch of them on the poster for the show, including our first look at the Gal Ranger ring, and plenty of rings were seen in space during the creation of the rings in Gozyuger Episode 0, alongside the Anniversary Super Sentai 50th ring. This one includes Goju Wolf on it, and the anniversary logo for the franchise. And you can get it in real life as a special bonus campaign that is obtained at stores when you yell Gozyuger at the counter. And it comes with a nice little booklet about the franchise. Alright, hello, so I thought this video was going to be done, and I have been editing it and everything, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is going to be perfectly up to date for the show to come out. No, so that pamphlet book that I mentioned that comes with the 50th anniversary special ring actually has pictures of every Sentai ring for all the teams. So this series has kind of lost a lot of its point, but I'll still keep doing episodes like this to tell you guys like how to buy the rings, because we don't know like where these rings are coming out yet. But we got to look at a lot more pictures of them. I haven't seen every picture posted, but I saw like Dynaman, Bioman, what else was there? Changeman, Flashman, Maskman. I saw Die Ranger. We finally got that Zenkaiger ring that says 46 on it, which is funny. Lupin Ranger, Patron Ranger, Kira Major. So tons of them. So you're seeing them up on screen right now. We just have kind of like pictures of the pamphlet, not like the greatest pictures of them. And we don't know how they're getting released, but I figured, well, it happened. I got to include it. And also, there's another thing, too. There's another magazine coming out with another ring. This is the Let's Play with Gozyuger magazine. They did this for Zenkaiger. That's where we got the non-bond gear. And this is where we're going to get some sort of special Gozyuger ring version thing. So, yeah, had to include it, or the video would be instantly out of date before it even came out. So I hope this video was helpful in explaining what we are about to get with Sentai rings starting this weekend with the premiere of #1 Sentai Gozyuger. Thanks for watching, and be sure to let me know in the comments down below what do you think of this new toy line and all the Sentai gear designs. I wonder which ones will have changers, mecha, or something else on them. Should be fun. Until next time, you can follow me on Twitter via these accounts on the screen, and if you'd like to support the channel, be sure to like and subscribe, or become a Patreon or channel member today and join these cool names scrolling across